All right, everyone. My name's Yosef Schumann, and today I'm going to be introducing you to a new design model that I made. So we're going to start off by creating a 2x2. This 2x2 is kind of like a Punnett square, if you've heard of those. So over here, we have things that happen in the real world. And on this side, we have things that happen more in your brain, more in the abstract. And then of those, we have over here problems. And over here we have solutions. So we have 4 phases here. We're going to draw them with a big old circle. And inside of that, we're going to create an oval. So, design projects start here in the real world with problems. We have like a little psh, or a diamond, or a triangle. We're going to call this the trigger. So this is someone experiencing a problem in the world, or maybe just seeing an opportunity space and wanting to explore it further. So that's exactly what they do. We start with explore. So at this point, the designers are exploring, camera focus, we're going to be exploring problems in the real world. We're going to be talking to people, interviewing, observations, all that kind of good stuff. And then we're going to move on into this one, and whereas we were going broad before, now we're going to be becoming narrow again. We call this convergent thinking, and here we're going to be understanding. So in this case, we're understanding all these problems, but in the end, abstract, which means we're coming up with insights, we're defining the opportunity space, we're coming up with themes, or possibly design criteria. Some people call them design pillars. And then we go into the next phase, which we call imagine. So at this point, we're imagining solutions in the abstract, which means you're going broad. Some people call this blue sky. If you hear the idea of no negation or quantity over quality, at this point, you're just going broad, right? You're going big again. You're trying to come up with as many ideas as you can. And then finally, we come into this phase, produce. And in this phase, you're producing solutions in the real world, which means you're building prototypes and testing those. Maybe you're running pilots, or you're doing training, or creating roadmaps. Anything that you can do to kind of refine and polish down the ideas until they are real and good and effective enough that you can release them into the real world. Now, as you saw, all these arrows kind of go forward, but it doesn't always have to be that way, right? You can produce something and then say, aha, I learned something new from this. Now I need to go back and explore. Or maybe it inspires an idea. Or maybe I learned something new. So you can always kind of go forwards and backwards in this model. It's not just unidirectional. And then finally, when you do come up with a solution that works and you don't need to learn anything else about it, you reach this last part where you've released it out into the world. And now you can evaluate it. You can say, okay, so we created this new product, this new service, this new offering. It exists now. What do customers say? Is it working exactly the way that we thought? Is it working the way that it was working in the pilot? All that kind of stuff. So that's the new model. There's one more thing to learn. When you first start this project, everything's really messy and hairy and dark, and you don't really know what's going on. But over time, you understand a little more, and it becomes a little bit more clear. By the time you get to the end, you really have a good understanding of the problem, you have a good understanding of the solutions, and you can feel confident in how effective your design is going to be. So that's the new design model. I'm kind of calling it the reflection bridge right now, but we'll see. Maybe I'll come up with another name for it soon. Thank you.